you lying. They do it. No, it's a whip. You realize you're not proving the point. Well, you have to it's a whip.
In the context of what King said, I heard all the letters that make. Yes, I'm giving you the mic. I'm giving you the mic. I'm giving you the mic.
To be honest, I was thinking about.
So when you were making that
speech, I'm still waiting for. Right. I'm still waiting for the first point.
According to the fuzzy logician.
I'm not interested unless you explain the first point.
Values.
I'm not interested.
Propositions.
No one's
talking about how likely those propositions are. That's not true at all. They have a conception
of truth. No one is.
And that conception of truth is analyzed in terms of degrees, right?
Where was I making the first values? So you're just gonna waffle.
Right?
Okay.
I think he's saying if you misapplied like fuzzy logic.
No, the thing is, look, he said Laggard. He unmuted and he said I made two mistakes. Something about propositional logic and then something about fuzzy logic. And I asked him what my first mistake was, and he said, "Well, you spoke about it wrong."
Yeah, I think he.
Yeah, and he hasn't explained it.
Okay, real quick for the stage. Anybody who's here, let me just make one brief point about my interest here, and then I'm going to make another appeal to people on the stage. So, just the first point about my interest. I'm saying you said stuff that were wrong. If you want to deny that you said that, I'm not interested in a dispute about the historical facts.
I don't even know what you think I said.
I'm not sure why you're talking over me.
Okay, sure.
I'm not interested in a dispute about the historical facts about what transpired a few minutes ago. What I'd be happy with is like an additional concession. If I did say this, then I would have been wrong.
Sure.
And then I'm just gonna let everybody.
Sure.
And hold on. Then I'm just gonna happily let everybody go back into replay.
Yeah, you can retract it. Yeah, sure.
I'm not interested in fighting over what you said. All right. Now here's the second point about what's going on right now. I'm just explaining very clearly what I think the mistakes are and why I think you made them. And I even got you to tell me directly if you understood what I think the mistakes are. So you can't go back and say, I never explained what they are, because not only did I say what they are, after I finished, I said, do you understand what I'm claiming the mistakes are? And you said yes, and people can go back into replays and check that as well in case you want to deny that.
Yes, stating something is not the same thing as explaining it. I heard you when I heard you clearly when you said that you thought that I made a mistake regarding propositional logic. What I did not hear was an explanation of
where I made that mistake. Don't fear lions, let alone their fathers, because when it comes to pets, they don't settle for dogs or cats. They go straight for ferocious wild lions. These lions have become so domesticated while living with the sheikhs that they eat with them and even carry their beds to them. Sheikhs keep lions in their homes to show off their power and status. The sheikhs of Dubai don't fear.
Of why you believe that I made a mistake. If you can do that.
Let's face it.
I'll let replays. Okay. So I'm willing to go through this again, but this time I'm going to get agreement at each stage of it. So let me just state the first mistake, and then we're going to get agreement that you understand it. Here's the first mistake. You're misusing the word propositional logic. Can you repeat to me what I just said?
I'm misusing the word propositional logic, and you're misusing you're misusing your brain right now. But it's okay.
What I'm claiming the mistake is.
I have no clue whatsoever about the mistake that I'm making by misusing propositional logic at all.
I'm not asking if you know why you made that mistake. I'm asking if you understand the mistake I'm claiming.
I have not heard what the mistake was and how I misused propositional logic yet.
Hold on. There's a distinction between what I'm saying the mistake is and then the reasoning for why you made that mistake, right? So those are separate things.
Oh.
I'm asking you if you understand the claim I'm making. Do you understand
the
claim I'm making?
So you retract your original statement that I said I made two mistakes, I just made one mistake by using the term, and you're gonna substantiate.
That hosted the bet was me and two big stages, big people who have over 500,000 followers on X. There's a Twitter thread in the beginning or middle of December that clearly says the words escrow. Date it says selective memory. 2024. I have
He got selective memory. Why all that?
Hold on, please. Look.
No, King, why are you lying, bro? Why are you lying?
On Clubhouse. You're not making on Twitter.
Guys.
There were no exceptions.
I didn't make the bet on Twitter. Is that what you just
Yes,
said?
you did. You made a bet. Everybody was here.
You said I didn't make the bet
No
on Twitter.
stipulation. It was a straight up bet. No stipulations. No exceptions.
Hold on.
And you know that. So don't try to bring our history, bro.
Why are you trying to make shit up?
And this is exactly why so many people have the same story.
Why are you
bro?
so desperate?
Look, Kazi, at the end of the day, bro,
No, you don't.
it's
bro.
not even about the money. I just want you to change your life, bro.
Solomon,
That's it. I don't really care, bro. Money is whatever.
Mr.
I just want you to change your
Mr.
life.
Mr.
That's what this really is about. It's
Mr.
about you
Ade.
changing your fucking life. Because when you
Mr.
go out
Ade.
there, you represent black men.
Look,
You
listen, I
represent
don't
us.
represent you.
And it's a problem that you go around
Listen,
trying to
wait,
scare
hold on.
niggas,
Why
bro.
are you trying to lie on my name?
That's what I
You're
care
building
about.
a
I'm not lying on you, nigga. The fuck is you
Yes,
talking about?
he's
a scamming dirty
black.
The fuck is
No,
you talking
you
about?
try lying on my name.
Bitcoin didn't even go to 39,000. The fuck are you talking about? You owe me 10K,
Try
dummy.
lying on my name.
No,
I'm not
he said,
lying on
King,
you.
he said
Everybody
that
has
it
the
was
same type of
possible.
story with you,
He
bro.
said that it was
Nathan,
possible.
Everybody
That
has
it
the
was
same
loaded.
type of
Wait,
story
why are
with
you
you.
It was
saying
possible.
And that's sad. And I need you to change your life.
He said it was possible.
Kazi,
He
you are
used the word
like
possible.
what? 26,
He
27?
used the
You
word
are
possible.
right now, Kazi.
Nathan.
You are like a young Nathan, Kazi. You are a young Nathan. You gonna end up like
Yeah,
this.
you might as well.
In a decade, bro. I don't want you to end up like that.
How much money you made before? Because I made money with FB before.
Bro, like we already know what's going on right now. This is just like the content thing. Like no one really, even Nathan don't hold this nigga as a credible nigga. He's just just trolling.
Nah, this nigga truthful, bro.
This is payback for you supporting Samoa.
Exactly.
And, he didn't say. So
Exactly.
I just say,
That's
bro,
all.
like, for real, like, I don't know what else is
Yo,
supposed to come of this if this is going to be the content for the rest of the day. And for real, it only is going to be the content for the day. Can you feed into it and like, give this bum ass nigga, give this bum ass nigga the energy that he's looking for, bro.
Listen to the little nigga trying to big dog you.
So real quick,
You got your little niggas big dogging you, bro.
Like all this bitch ass nigga wants is attention, bro.
You see this? You see
No,
this?
that's a fact. What the fuck are you talking about?
Wow, King, you let this dude drink
Niggas know how
string you like a puppet too.
Niggas know how he rolls.
Bro, he's stringing you like a puppet, bro.
There's not one
Ozzy and Harmony Taylor.
Bum ass niggas that his cronies that he brought with him that believes in the bullshit that comes out of his mouth.
I believe him, bro. What you talking about? I believe him.
We could yell in a circle, you know what I'm saying, and like call him a bitch ass nigga, and he is a bitch ass nigga. But for real, like at the end of the day, like what is to be gained? You feel me? Like
As long as he's here,
we know he's a bum. We know he's not good for it.
He cannot talk, bro.
Yo, Ken, you know he's not good for it.
You understand I'm former federal agent, right?
I don't give a fuck, bro. You are a former.
They don't get that, bro.
They don't get that.
They don't get that.
I'm licensed security professional.
What are you talking about? He's a former and current social.
And then you tell them you're a former agent to what is that?
No, I'm a former fiduciary since 2020.
Wait, you still got here?
You got another one, Kazi, another fan, bro.
Julian. Is that what you're doing? You take people's shit, you lie to people as a fucking black or whatever the fuck you are, and you say, I'm a federal agent.
Which agency you work for?
A former federal agent. And now you're a thief. You're a present thief and a former federal agent. So thank you for representing my country. You need to be exported.
Representing your country? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not
You're a dirty person. You're a dirty person. Now
Do you know what a
first of all,
fiduciary is? Hold on, let me ask you something. Do you know what a fiduciary is?
What is a fiduciary?
You're a grown man.
Don't fall for that
What is a
question.
fiduciary?
You're gonna fall to his
You're a
This is
veteran.
the moment talking, bro.
So what is
Oh, hell no.
They got the
This
same
is what happens if like someone
cadence.
took meth or some shit like
No,
that.
this
bro.
is
Like,
young
nah.
Nathan. This is a young Nathan. That's who this is.
I'm a former
Young Nathan.
I'm honest,
This
bro.
guy's hey,
He's
this
a young
guy-
Nathan, bro.
He's a professional retard. He gets paid for being retarded, bro. Are you kidding me? He practices retard
Are you
shit every
serious?
day.
It
This
was
fool
his
looks in the mirror,
accent that put it into a world.
Bro, you can't look. Nobody can compete with this guy's fucking jargon, bro.
Are
You
you
know what a
serious?
fiduciary is? Like look, see how he trapped that fucking poor guy right now? He got him right now. He's like, what is it? It's like, don't even ask the guy a question.
Nah, you just hate it. You just hate the game.
I do hate the game. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
That's his
Mike.
style.
Nathan.
He comes from the same school as Samoa.
It's okay to hate this kind of game.
I mean, I don't think so, but I can see why you would say that, look.
No, Mike. Nathan is
The same school.
bullshit.
He got it
He's
over
just
there.
doing all
But
this.
look at, but listen, this guy, look, Samoa sounds, look, Samoa sounds stubborn. Samoa sounds like, fuck, I'm not losing no matter what. This guy is a liar. He's like a sick, one of the
What's the
sick ones.
difference?
I'll tell you why.
Samoa
Because
lied
Samoa,
up the
I'll tell
lose.
you why. Because when Samoa comes in here, here's why. This is why I see it different, right? Again, this is like my experience versus yours, right? Samoa comes in, he can talk about this, he can talk about that, we can joke a little bit. This guy's sole purpose of coming in is fucking the I'm not a fiduciary. Like he just comes in with the intention to preach his fucking script. There is no mingling. There's nothing. Hey, how you do? Like the fucking. You know what this is? I'm not a fucking.
You know what? I'm not judging the character. I'm just judging that argument style. That's what it is.
Bro, this guy's sick. He can't stop.
Bro,
He
Samoa
can't.
used the same technique.
No. Well, fine. You know what? Like if I'm like, oh, I want to be basketball. You know what? Look at Jordan's technique to cut left. Fine. This guy's wearing Jordan fucking.
I agree with Mike on this. It's straight up.
He never shuts
delusions of
off.
grandeur. It's delusions of fucking grandeur.
That's right. I said
That's why I said sociopath.
Look, Mike. He left because he owed Kay some money. He told Kay that he didn't put the money in the escrow. He don't want to lose. He has a record of not losing.
No, I get that part. Look, you're right. Like, you got no payer versus no payer, fine. But what I'm saying, let's look at it beyond that. Let's look at it beyond that, right? Now you got like, I can't shut my sickness off. I can't not talk about my lie. I have to try to convince other people. Samoa just comes in and he can't stop talking about it because he's trying to prove people right. But if it's not for a bet,
And he can't convince people that.
Wait, Mike, has Samoa paid up on a bet before?
Mike,
he's never lost to pay.
all the
King,
paid up on the bet.
King, content's here.
Yeah, what's good?
Okay, that's good.
Content. I appreciate you.
My content, listen, before you start, bro, you know this wrong. Let me just say this one thing. Content, we don't call women bitches inside here unless you're gay. Right? If you're male, you call a woman a bitch. The only way you can do it is if you're gay. And if you want to pretend to be gay, we have some questions to ask you just to make sure that you're not pretending. And they usually start with what's your body count, do you spit or swallow, stuff like that, bro. And you better be ready to answer.
Why you using no?
So look, we gotta make sure it's real.
You guys just let me know when I can speak as a content.
No hate. We do.
I'm not gonna interrupt them.
Peace.
Wait 1 second, Kazi. No, listen, no threats of violence.
I swear to God.
No threats of violence.
I tell the
Okay? And other than, wait, Kazi, let me just let them land, bro. Let me just introduce them. And other than that, it's a Swedish beach house. Right? Join our house right up there at the top. Join the Discord.
Okay, I'm about to join the house right now.
That's not true, Nathan. The second that you talk about these shower cap wearing black bitches, again, you're gonna get clipped.
Aren't the gays on the side of black women? Like, what's going on? I love that. Why aren't you supporting them? Aren't the gays like in alignment? You gotta chill, Adam.
Okay, so content can absolutely, I'm not even gonna tell him anything. I'm gonna just let him tell y'all his story, for his version, right, of what he saw in the room with Kazi, so that nobody has to, you won't think I'm front running the conversation. Can you? Oh, I'm not.
That sounded just like Samoa.
I'm not. So, content, can you tell them about the day in question when Kazi bet Thug Bully money to donate to a charity?
The entire context. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think documentation beats conversation. I'm looking through my phone right now that I have it recorded because I kept the actual recording. We was in a room and Kazi lied and said that he donated money to some charity. So I called the charity, pretended to be him, and just to confirm the amount that was donated, because he screenshotted a picture and put up, said 100 grand. He only donated $10. But like I said, Kazi is a habitual liar who I'm not gonna go back and forth with. I actually have the recording in my phone, so y'all just give me a second so I can play it. Because
Yes, sir.
I don't go back and forth with liars.
Yes, sir. We got you, content. We got you, bro.
I'm not a liar at all.
There you go,
You are
Mr.
like you're a
Judiciary.
habitual fucking liar. You owe me 10K, nigga.
So,
I'm not a
so
liar.
let's add context.
Fuck out of here.
This fool said
Came in, look, he's gonna play the recording.
$10. Is that what
Guys, he's gonna play the
10,000, yeah.
recording. So let's see if I'm lying. I'm gonna tell you right exactly what happened. The recording's gonna actually
Kazi, you continuously get exposed, bro. You've been exposed from the Bitcoin side, culture side. You've been exposed a million times,
I'm
bro.
saying right here.
I'm telling you to change your life, bro.
Guys,
That's what
Free
you
your homie Kazi.
You need to just change
Free
your
your
life.
homie Kazi.
Well, can I say, is this something where like we're gonna see who's right, or do we just know he's wrong? We just want
I'm not
to
lying.
rub it
He
in?
won't allow us to see who's right.
Man,
You already know who's right, dude. King is right for saying
Okay.
that.
Content's about to play the video. He called me a liar. This man called.
Just why don't you sit here and marinate in the shit that you
Guys,
caused
guys.
and just listen?
Guys, the guy called
Yeah,
me to be me. What else is he gonna lie about?
If he is so easily disproven, and I might agree with you, Mike, why is it so hard for him to lay out his bad case?
I'll tell
first
you
of
why,
all?
because listening to him talk is like worse than listening to I.
Wait, hold on.
Like it's the fucking,
If
it's
it's true, right?
torturous.
If it's true, right?
It's
why
torturous,
is it
dude.
that why is it that you have to slander the conversation and say
Painful when Kazi, you pussy nigga, shut up. Ain't nobody trying to listen to you, man.
Yo, the
Stay up in business.
Free your homie Kazi.
Look, even in
Stop
court,
using other
even in
people's
court, right?
information to
Even in
fucking make
court,
your fucking shit, bro.
the plaintiff
Just
and the
stop it,
defendant
man.
both get to
Change
lay out
your
their
life,
shit.
sir. You need to
Hold on.
change your life.
Hold on, Nathan. If I'm in
Stop
court
going
right
around
now,
trying to scare people. You
I'm
done had
defending.
five, 10 people with the same type of story, bro.
Look, no one's
You know,
changing
you know,
anybody.
content came in here and called you the same thing I called you January 2nd when you started the nonsense. You are a habitual liar.
King.
You know that word, habitual? You know what that makes you a liar in this
You don't have a
context?
registered company.
Habitual liar. You're a registered retard.
Hold on, please.
You are a registered retard.
Bro, please. You're
You don't have a registered company. You're not some international.
I do want to say,
You are a liar.
if I may,
You have delusions of
if
grandeur.
I may, really quickly, I want to let you speak. I also just want to say, some of us have reached that conclusion before you made a bet with him, King. So,
Yeah, and that's important for the team to find out.
you lost nothing. Go on.
Thank you, Ms. Talley. So first and foremost, right, when I came into the room, and content can verify the shit because he's about to play the recording. When I came into the room, I said, and I quote, Thug Bully was bullying someone else. Financially, he was speaking about how he has so much money, he can put money on somebody's head and all this other shit. So I took it upon myself as a money person, right, that talks about money 24/7 on this fucking application. You know what? Let's make an example out of this guy. I didn't fucking donate $100,000 to the Salvation Army, but I did donate $100,000 to the Autism Corporation that Ms. Cora represented. The audio shows content calling with information, half of the information, and then he finishes the call pretending to be me. And you can't verify a donation of somebody else's information. You can't call a fucking donate. You can't call a company that makes anonymous donations to organizations and then verify somebody. You can't do that.
anybody that has common sense as an adult knows that, right? But people on this application just don't have fucking common sense. So one thing I did is I made an example and I said, hey, Thug Bully, if you, and the audio will fucking verify it. Hey, if you can donate $1,000, I will match you 100,000. He didn't donate anything, so I didn't donate anything. I just made an example to try to pressure him to donate $1,000 to a good cause.
This nigga is
It wasn't gonna hurt. Well, hold on, I'm not lying. There's an audio. Guys, there's no court, bro. You're already in prison. You already been convicted, bro. They already took you away.
Okay, consider this an appeal. Okay. Hold on, can I hold on, can I give y'all exhibit A? Here's exhibit A. Look at my PTR. Now he just said that he did not donate, right?
Because he
But
didn't donate
but hold on.
Land, please.
Hold on. In that room, here is the receipt that he posted in the room for everybody to see that he made $100,000 donation to South.
In the audio.
Yeah, smoke. He did the same tactic where you can change in the HTML on any website. You can change the CSS, like you can change the numbers of anything. If you know how to check the code, you can change the number to say anything on that instance of the code. Obviously, that doesn't change the actual backend, but on the screen, you can change any number if you know what you're doing. That's what he did, and he did the same thing with another female named Cora. We were having a situation there. He did the same tactics, Smoke. The same fucking shit he did.
Not only
You're a fucking retard.
Not only that,
Video recording.
when he called the Salvation Army to prove his so-called $100,000 donation, he said his name. The man said.
Wait, hold on. It's May. Did you get a write-off for that said donation? Maybe you could post that receipt.
Yeah, I don't.
Wait, let's go.
No, hold on. Let him answer.
No, hold on. I'm not sure that Smoke got a chance to land.
I don't have taxable
So he's acting as if.
Because you don't have legitimate income.
Yeah, no, we should just add
Okay, yeah.
He's trying to act as if content called the Salvation Army and said, I want to check the donation or that someone else made. That is not what content.
No, I didn't say that.
Content heard all of Kazi's information. He called.
Not this again.
Kazi did it on the stage. He called the Salvation Army and repeated all the same information that Kazi said. And the man then, because content didn't tell them, don't say the amount. Content said, and can you tell me the amount? And the man said you made one transaction for $5 and something cents, and then that declined, and then you tried again, and you made another $5.30 donation, and that one went through. And then he posted, right? So I just don't understand why he's lying.
Yeah, that was a dope one, Kazi. You killed it.
I said, Miss Smoke, in the room, did I not say at the end, have you not all been entertained? Did I ever?
Yeah, you wasted people's time. That's what you did.
Wait, he did that lame shit with y'all too?
Yeah, it's like round 2 of this shit. Like, I'm speculating.
Like he was kidding the whole time. And
Yeah, like he fucking had the room going for like 3 hours, and then he did a $5 donation. It was hilarious, but I commend Kazi for the entertainment aspect.
he got caught.
Yeah, but like this round 2 though, like low key, like I just think like Kazi is like testing his like security measures to see if anybody like layman like us.
He's a scammer.
Of course he's a scammer. Of course but he's not smart. I ain't gonna lie. He got the whole crowd on the toes. Oh, my fault. I got my big mic. Dude had like 100 people in the room, like on their knees, on their fucking toes and shit. It's hilarious. He was strolling like a. It did decline. I was there for that. My bad to Button. I don't know if there's a key.
There's not a queue.
Well, because he had over 100 people in the room, like, like at his every word. He is a scammer.
So content is also trying to.
He can use those skills for something else.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay.
Can I speak?
Content turn to speak.
Before he literally used the words, "I swear to God, I made this donation." You know what I'm saying? And
Did you play the audio?
Smoke.
Yes.
You were there when he posted a receipt, and
I
I
thought-
saw
wait,
that.
hold on, you said you had an audio.
Kazi, shut the fuck up, bro.
They showed the first 6 digits of the actual credit card number. I went to a website called binlist.net. That's BINLIST.net.
Yeah.
And I typed in those first 6 digits of their credit card number and found out it was a cash app card.
Not a credit card.
No, it was a cash app card.
Cash App card.
It's not credit
Okay.
card.
And we was like, so you made $100,000 payment with Cash App. And he was like, no, it's this crypto account card. I'm like, no, bro, this shit coming up Sudden Bank.
That's not what I said.
Yes, it is.
So what are we doing now? We confirm
I
that he's a
have-
slipper. Now what?
We're trying. What we're doing is we're trying for a 1 mic policy. That's what we're doing.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Good
so-
afternoon or morning time.
I'm gonna.
So I have the
Yeah.
clip.
I said.
I
Okay.
never landed, bro. Just give me
Go ahead.
20 seconds.
I got you.
I have the clip in 7 minutes. I don't think we should play it because now you've lied and said
You should play it.
Yeah.
No, you're a liar.
I got
Play
7
the
minutes.
fire. You're a fucking
We
liar.
all have 7 minutes.
Hey, folks, I'm gonna just send it to you because I'm actually in the middle of doing a room. I'm over here. Smoke asked me, but I'm not gonna go back and forth with a habitual liar that we
Look.
Yeah, send it to me. Yes.
I got you.
Oh, matter of fact, you can put it in their Telegram. Y'all
Yeah, put it in
Send me the
We have
Telegram.
a Discord.
Yeah.
I'll link to Discord.
Drop the video. Drop the recording.
He's about to. Shut up, Kazi. He's about to.
I'm with it, bro. Like I'm not.
We know you with it. We know you're an open scammer. We know you a fucking 3 stooges, nigga. All 3 of them.
Wait, King. What content? Did I or did I not say it in the room? Have you not all been entertained?
Bro, you're a fucking retard. You not realize if you want to be the Joker, you actually have to get the money. Fucking retard. If you want to be fucking seen as Kaiser Source, you gotta get the money. You gotta have the plan actually work out. Every single time you do some dumb shit, it never works out for you. You're a 3 stooges.
I just made $11,000.
You didn't make shit, bro. You couldn't even
Okay,
show $10.
Point of
Talk
moderation.
about 11,000.
This is
Point of moderation.
The fuck are you talking about?
Thank you. Point of moderation. The Discord is linked in the chat. You can
Thank you.
I got the
like.
Give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
It'll be there.
Appreciate it, content. Appreciate you showing up
Thank you.
here too.
We asked him to show up. I even said invite him.
Okay. Well,
What's going on?
before we get to the clip, Kazi, do you have a defense for yourself? Yeah.
Yes, I do. So first and foremost, the audio is going to play everything I said, and everything I said is going to verify. The brother was bullying somebody in the fucking room like he does. I came in the room and I said, hey, you're not going to bully me. I said, let's go big bank, little bank. That's exactly what I said. I recalled this conversation, and I said, hey, if you donate $1,000, I'll match you with 100,000. He said, I'm not going to donate any money. Oh, 1,000? I'm not going to donate 1,000. That's a waste of my money. I said, it's a good cause. Let's make it. If you're talking all of this big shit, then donate the money. He never donated the money. And then I said, look, I'll go first. That's what I said. I said, I'll go first, and then you just match me with 1,000. So what I did is I did the entertainment aspect of the inspect element for the fucking thing. And I clearly said, and they fell for it. And I clearly said, if you do it, and he still didn't match 1,000. What he did is he went to every other avenue to avoid matching $1,000 to a good fucking cause. That right there shows the character. That shows the character of the fucking shit. At the end of it, I didn't
we
see
done listening to this.
Hold on, please. Look, the audio is gonna verify everything I'm saying.
Nigga, the audio's not verifying.
No, it's not.
Ma'am, play the audio.
We will as soon as he sends it. But that's not what the audio is going to verify. That's not what the audio is going to verify.
Ma'am, please play it.
That's definitely not what the audio is going to verify. Because is it not trying to scam someone to help them to? Yes, you're scamming. Is it not a scam to try?
How did I scam somebody by asking
I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, you gotta be quiet, my man. Let's
You told the man, I made Donate to a charity and hold him accountable for donating to a charity that you didn't donate to yourself. And you lied about it. That is a thing.
That's not the content.
You said that you was going to send $100,000. You posted a PTR saying that you sent $100,000, and then you jumped on the bandwagon of people trying to drag this man all over the app.
You were dragging someone through
Until
land.
me and Content came into the room, it wasn't. Look at the other people in the chat. You said you would send 100K. Look, it was a big ass room. So you came into the room acting as if you had sent the money and demanding that he sends $1,000.
Wait, hold on. What is he not understanding? Ma'am, I'm not gonna talk over you at all, right?
Tell that.
Please. I'm
You're not
not
gonna talk, period.
I'm not gonna overtalk you at all. Look, the point of the fucking room was to make an example out of this fucking bully. That was the point of the room. It wasn't about the donation. You're a fucking clown. Anybody in this room who does not understand the context of somebody else wielding, I have all of this money, and then I made a point of saying, you don't have a fucking
You gotta know the context, bro.
The context of the
Exactly. No, you gotta know the context, man.
That's what makes you a scammer. You tried to collect on a lie.
Nathan, please
have that right that you tried to collect?
Yes.
Nathan, please put your
That's what makes you a fucking scammer and a liar. That's the context, Nathan. You tried to collect on a lie.
I didn't collect anything.
Do you not get that?
I didn't
You
collect
fucking
anything.
tried to collect.
You tried to.
What, ma'am? I didn't ask
You
for any
tried
money.
to.
You tried.
to hold him
Accountable for his words and his character.
ass betting, but he never asked that. The whole bet was you send the money. He's supposed to send the money as well.
No.
Yes, it was.
I said he said that he had the money to put on somebody else.
And then, hold on, wait, because you said that he said multiple times that he wasn't donating nothing. Because you're literally talking over
No, Kazi, you don't got no turn, nigga. Shut up.
You told him, right?
My turn.
But however the bet went, right, initially, he said, I'm not donating.
That's correct.
You then PTR, because when I came into the room, that was the point where y'all had already made the terms of the bet. You then PTR'd and said, I've made the bet, where is your $1,000 bet? So you literally tried to get him to donate when you never donated.
Albie, I don't know that she got to land. I'm fighting for you to also be able to speak and land uninterrupted, but you gotta do me a favor and extend that kindness to other people as well.
Yo, Callie, why are you trying to show
You heard me just fucking right this time. I haven't disrespected you.
I'm just being fair.
I haven't disrespected you one time. You asked me to let yourself speak, right?
You did.
Yo, Kazi, shut the mic.
Well, no, wait, trying to get
King, I think you should work with them, bro. For real.
Hold on. King came off the fucking mic after she was done speaking when it was my turn to speak. You didn't say a fucking thing.
Kazi, shut the fuck up. What the
Okay, so let me tell you how I hear it. Okay, so you and King actually have the same pattern of doing what I call verbal head nods. If you have ever worked in customer service, you'll know what that is. It's so fucking unnecessary and actually annoying. So both of you interrupted her constantly while she was speaking. So I don't know that she actually got to land. And it's not that hard. Just let it.
Kazi, shut up.
Yes. Okay.
Went on you. That's landing on Clubhouse.
Well, Smoke, did you get to land?
I didn't, because this back on
You did. Shut the fuck up, Kazi.
Alright, so yes. Smoke lands, and then we'll go to you, Kazi. Okay. That's
No, wait, tell me. And when I speak, make sure you
Cool until I had to pass.
hold everyone accountable to shut the fuck up.
I will try my best. I'm trying.
If you're agreeing to me,
I'm trying,
So
Kazi.
impossible, concrete.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm trying, Kazi.
No, you're not. If I interrupt somebody,
Okay, one mic on Smoke
If
and
they
then we'll
interrupt
go
me,
to
boom,
Kazi.
the fuck that. It's very simple.
Shut the fuck up, Kazi.
Shut
Are
up,
you
pussy.
afraid?
Shut up, pussy. So y'all made the bet. You tried to continue to get Thug Bully to donate $1,000. When he did not donate, they created another room. And that is the other room because Thug Bully left. And y'all put his name, hold on. And the crazy part about it is you keep saying that Content had the room. It wasn't Content. It was Benji. Benji didn't know you to know that you was a scammer. But when me and Content came in, people that actually know you, right?
You know me.
We was like, hold on, Benji, because they put Thug Bully's name in the title, and they said Thug Bully is ass betting. So of course everybody's coming in the room, and at first I was actually on Kazi's side, right? Because I don't care for Thug Bully because he's a felon. So I was on Kazi's side, and I was like, damn, somebody got this nigga caught up, right? And then I start listening to the story, and I'm like, hold on, this ain't making sense. So I'm like, Kazi, did you make the donation? And he said, yeah. I said, well, where's your receipt? Because if you didn't show him a receipt, then why should he donate $1,000? He then posted this, right? That's in my PTR. And you see at the top, he put $100,000 donation. He then posted that. So everybody, I was like, well, you can Photoshop that. Like that, I don't think that that's proof. And me and Content told him, how about you call them to verify? He had no pushback about calling the Salvation Army at first until he realized that we was going to want to hear the amount, right? Because I was like, if he did make a donation, he could have sent anything. Ooh, look at Naturally. Naturally was there. That was a big room.
Make sure you give me time to speak in it.
Sir,
Wait, Naturally
you can shut your
here too?
bitch ass up. Why you keep coming off the mute? So as this is going on, he gets angry. He calls the Salvation Army off of mute, and as soon as the guy, he gave all of his information. At first he said Kazi. He spelled Kazi Atkins. He said that first, and then he went and the guy was like, I don't see a donation under that name, right? And the guy he said, well, try this name. And I can't remember the lady's name that he used, nor will I say her name on the stage. But he then used that name, okay?
I was in that
and
room
then
too,
oh, thank you, Pop. He then used that name. And so the guy said, oh yeah, I see 2 transactions here. And he was like, oh, don't say the amount. And so that made everybody's spidey senses start tingling, right? And so everybody's like, hold on, we need the amount. So he ended up going on mute saying, they won't give private donation information out. Hold on, I got somebody at my house. Hold on.
It's easier to play the audio.
Very smooth.
What,
Can I go
you
to the bath?
So this is what, round 2 today? Like what's happening today?
It's my turn.
How many times
Oh my
do you
lord.
gotta get exposed
Hold on,
with this thing?
I got it.
Fucking attempts, bro. Now you tried to
Tally.
collect. You tried to
It's
collect
my
money
turn
from.
to speak, correct?
You tried to collect money from Content, bro. Like this is so
hold on.
terrible, man.
It's my turn to speak, right?
I don't give a fuck, bro. You know I don't care about
Hold
none of
on,
that.
Miss Tally.
You know I don't care about none of that. You can't call Tally.
Wait,
Okay, so if
Thought
Smoke,
this shit was.
okay. If Smoke got a chance to land, we're gonna give Kazi a chance now. Dear other mods, y'all gonna have to start moving this nigga because it's annoying. Go on.
Wait, Tally. Like, stop trying to put yourself in the middle of this. This has nothing to do.
It's called moderating, you fucking ape.
This has
Anyway,
nothing to do.
go on, Kazi.
Okay, I'm back. Somebody was at my.
Oh, so you didn't land?
No,
she never
Okay.
landed.
Yeah, I'm outside in the garage. My community.
Isn't it easier to
take the audio that you claim to have?
We'll get to the audio, but you gotta stop interrupting.
Yeah.
Okay, so Smoke and then.
Yes, you did.
You went on mute.
Kazi, every time you fucking unmute and go, yeah, no, there's no way. That's fucking interrupting, Kazi. Stop it.
It's easier to tell my kids Sister Tally because then I'm gonna have to go fast. So anyway, as the room's going along, he's PTR'd this picture. their phone. They said, give me the number to the Salvation Army. They called the Salvation Army, right? And they used all of the same information that Kazi had just used. And the guy broke it down. He wasn't going to say the amount, and then Content then said, hold on, can you say the amount for me? And so the guy said, sure. He said, the same thing that I said earlier, the $5, and he did another $5. Content looked at the credit card information, and he's right, I forgot that whole part. He sent the $5 with a Cash App card, and it's just a mess. So, Kazi, you were literally trying to get this man to pay up on something you had never followed through with. You never sent them any money. Well, you did. Hold on. Let me get this right.
Get it right.
You did send them money. You
Get it right.
sent $5. You sent $5, but you portrayed it as you sent $100,000. You wanted Thug Bully to come out of his pocket and send $1,000 to the $5 that you donated. That was not the terms of the agreement. That is you trying to scam that man. And then you also jumped on Clubhouse, tried to jump down his throat with everybody else that was like, hold on, you can't be out here ass betting. You're ass betting, you need to pay up. And you was, yeah, he needs to pay up because he's ass betting. All while knowing you never completed your end of the deal. And you were lying.
Have you landed? Thank you.
Yes, bitch.
Okay, so first and foremost, it's easier to play the audio that you assume and claim to have. That Content claimed to have sent you, right? Now I'm going to read this out loud. No, you typically cannot call and verify donations to the Salvation Army on behalf of someone else. The Salvation Army, like most nonprofits, follows privacy policies and will only confirm donation details directly with the donor for confidentiality reasons. Somebody can get on, right, Clubhouse and pretend, if they have their wife in the background, to say, hey, this is what was donated. You can't call and verify somebody else's fucking donation regardless of how much it is because of privacy policies for corporations. Now, I clearly instated that the reason, the context for the room was to pressure Thug Bully and bully him because he is a fucking bully. Everyone knows who Thug Bully is. So he got bullied. It was to hold him accountable for his fucking character and how he treats people. He treats the people. He says he's gonna put money on somebody's head. He has all this money. He's being braggadocious. I have real fucking money. I donated $100,000 to Cora's fucking shit. I organized a bunch of fucking investors, and we did donate $100,000 to the autism charity. I remember what the fuck it was. Miss Cora said she worked on the board of directors. She did
Let's
not.
get Cora in here.
Hold on, wait. She did not work on the board of directors at all, and she lied saying that she did. I asked her to go and verify the transaction. She said, I'll get back to you on that. Never did. She used the fucking content of the room to try, of chillism, to try to put shit on my name. Because Cora doesn't like me. King doesn't, just like all of you do. King doesn't like me.
Don't mention my fucking name. Don't mention me. Do not mention my name.
Actually, you know what? If he says don't mention his name, just refer to him as Monkey throughout your story.
Monkey.
Okay,
got you. So Monkey, just like a lot of other people on this application, who do not like the fact that I'm a smart individual that has lots of fucking money, right? They are very intimidated when I come into a room. They are very intimidated when I speak. They are very. Wait, hold on.
I know any of them personally on Clubhouse.
I think that this is bullshit.
Get her off the phone.
Anyway, so yeah, actually, the same rules. Yes, sorry.
Okay, perfect.
I haven't landed.
Well, all right. I'll just state the rules, and yes, they do always apply. Rule 1. Rule 1: no calling women bitches unless you're a homosexual or woman. Rule number 2, no attacking of spouses or children. I don't think that's his spouse, girl, so she on the table. Rule number 3, no credible threats of... We're going to also need to see a marriage certificate. Rule number 3, no credible threats of violence, which is to include doxing. We also discourage reporting because we want to maintain the free speech space as free as possible.
I can land, right?
Okay. Yes.
Thank you. So, when it comes down to the context of the room, I asked everyone that says they have a recording. I said, invite content to the room. If he has the recording, let him play it. I also asked the person that was supposed to receive this recording to play said recording. It's been more than...
He was supposed to drop it in the Discord.
Wait. Self-control you want.
Put that.
Oh, wait. Excuse me. Hold on. I'm not done. So, I get muted when I come off mic to interrupt somebody, and I stay on mute. And someone tells me not to interrupt. And I might have a little bit of an interruption every once in a while, but I shut the fuck up. I think every one of us are adults, right? Context of the room, of the donation that did not happen for $100,000. I said at the end of the room, no, I hope you all have been entertained. It was trolling, thug bully. That's all it was. It was an innocent, good cause to be donated to. At least I donated something to the fucking cause, and I couldn't use the money that I needed to use to make a larger donation because I do not have cash at that, and I do not have a bank account in the United States. That's one of the things that I said specifically in the room. But people don't want to play that part. People don't want to play that part. They don't want to play the recording. Everything that I said verifies and is very credible and legitimate and backs up everything I fucking said up to this point, but they don't want to play the recording because it exposes that people are lying. It exposes the character of people trying to bury my name. That's what people do. You can tell when someone is disingenuous when they won't let you speak. They won't let you put your point on the table. This is how.
Oh, so that's you. Got it. Perfect. I'm glad you said.
Kazi, you pussy nigga. Always gonna say that shit.
Okay, so...
Wait, hold on.
Pussy nigga.
Wrap this shit the fuck up, nigga. Hello.
So, just a point of moderation. A point of moderation. I don't see that your friend joined the Discord.
Yeah, I just messaged him. He's the only one that's gonna have the.
Can I land, please? Can I land? Or are we just gonna take time?
Yes. Go on.
Thank you. Because the woman spoke for 5, 8, maybe 9.
Bitch, fuck you. Go ahead and make your submission.
Right.
Or I'm gonna interrupt you. Yeah,
Right.
don't play.
So there's a lot of masculine women on the stage. There's a lot of
Sure.
men on the stage.
Right.
A hit dog.
You gonna make the point? You gonna make the point or wait?
Excuse me. I think the mute button works for everybody on the stage.
So you gonna make the point or what? Like you keep throwing little shots and then you gonna act as if you the victim. Nah, bitch, I'ma come for you.
Exactly.
Hello?
Kazi, so you may be
You're not a moderator on this stage?
I'm speaking.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
how I
not
do better. What's wrong with you?
Okay, so self-sovereignty. Yes.
At all.
Okay, it's interesting because you know that these people don't want you to speak, and I'm trying to get you like the time, but you're extending your time unnecessarily.
No.
So I would say,
Well, the last person who spoke was extending their time unnecessarily. I'm getting to the point.
okay, get to the point.
The point of the whole fucking room, right? Before we even started a room on Thug Bully and the brother Benji, they were going back and forth. Thug Bully decided that he wanted to disrespect somebody in the room that he didn't like. The audio will show that. I didn't speak or say anything until I challenged Thug Bully to hold him accountable for disrespecting somebody else. That was my character, to defend somebody else on the stage. I made an example out of the brother. 150 other people in the room, and it was for entertainment. The only way it was gonna fucking extend the entertainment factor of the room is if we put a factor, an element of surprise. So I put the receipt for the $100,000 donation because everyone was asking for it promptly, quick. I didn't have time to move money around from fucking Nexo to crypto to sell Bitcoin and wait for a confirmation for a fucking hour for 150 people in the fucking room. I clearly stated I did not have a bank account in the United States don't verify who these people are. You made this up. You made the content up. That's what content does. He made the content up. He said that he was at dinner with his wife or whatever the fuck it was. And then a woman comes on the audio. A woman. I spoke to a man when I spoke on the phone. Then a woman came on the phone. When he says he called the Salvation Army and verified my information, coincidentally, I said, you can't call Salvation Army and verify somebody else's information, but they made this play because the voices change in the audio. Am I lying? If I'm lying, play the audio.
You're literally lying.
So
So I'm gonna cut you off because it's a no. You asked, right? Was you lying? So then you wanted me to come off my fucking mic, right? Do you think that Salvation Army only has one call center rep? Because that's not a coincidence that you called and got a man, and then when he called, there was a woman that answered the phone because they have a fucking call center. And how the fuck, again, you keep saying that people can't call and verify somebody else's. They literally called and acted like they were you. You called to confirm some shit and they gave you information. And then he then turned around and did the exact same. Sir, again, you called and verified the donation, and then they called and did the exact same thing at the exact same number that you called. They called and did the same thing. Yeah, so again, did I not say that, King? Did I not say that his name wasn't on the verification?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Right. So hold on. So when you called and you said Savannah, right? You said because you done gave me the name, they gave you the information. You asked them not to say the amount.
That's all I did.
You asked him not to say the amount. The only thing that content did different is he called and said, for my lady Savannah, right? Because at that point, that was the name that you used, right? So he was like, we're trying to find this donation, my girlfriend, Savannah, da-da-da-da-da. And he said all of the same information that you said. The only thing that he excluded from his comment was, can you say the amount?
So can you play the audio? What's taking so long?
If I had the audio, I would play it. But the majority of the people in the room were in that room that day. And so it's crazy to me that you're trying to deny it.
Hold on. He just said he sent it to you.
He did not say he sent it to me. He said he was about to send it to the Discord. He was about to send it to the Discord. I don't know. Find content and ask him.
He ran from the room. And he didn't join the Discord.
Didn't he tell you that he was run? I went and pulled him from his own fucking room. He said he's going to send the audio.
But he didn't.
Oh, listen. You can argue that. You can
9 more
argue
minutes of
that
this, and then we're
all
gonna
fucking day because
do what's called reading a book.
No, it does not. No, it doesn't. There's so many people in the room that are literally saying they was in that room. Where is Benji, Ja? Like, Ja was there, Benji was there, Naturally was there, October was there. They're literally coming in. So the fact that you keep saying everybody that's coming in the room, Pops was there. Like, what are we talking about? Right. What are we talking about?
In the room, did I not say, have you not all been entertained?
No, that was the actor in the movie.
You was like, I mean, but you spent like an hour and a half, maybe an hour, like, it was crazy. It was like over 100 people in the room, and you were like trying to like dodge and dip and dodge about like how much the donation was, and not divulge. Like and then but you were trying to say like you donated $100,000 and you didn't. It ended up being like $5 fucking. It was hilarious. You did say, Kazi, two things I'll say, Kazi. You did say it was at the end. It was entertaining. Three things. No one trusts you on the app, but I think you are in the wrong profession because I think I think you could do a lot better. Yeah, I think you could do a lot better I think you're in the wrong industry, but nonetheless, yeah, go ahead.
So first,
this is my other handle though. We know each other, and Smokey knows.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta figure it out, Pop.
Hold on, guys. All I'm gonna say is this, okay? And we can just end this shit here. All I'm gonna say is this, right? So since it was for entertainment, and I said it was for entertainment,
months later, people are still upset about the fact that it was for entertainment.
It wasn't for entertainment.
I feel like this shit was
said that
years
because
later.
you got caught.
Years later.
It is years later. The only reason you said it was for entertainment is because you got caught.
What do you want me to put in your mouth?
Hold on, I said
Geek.
Pops, did I not say exactly verbatim that it was for entertainment, and then I was removed from the room?
More or less, you said. I mean, I don't remember. I can't wait for the recording to come. But whatever, you did say this was. I was just saying, are y'all not entertained or something to that effect?
Yeah,
You
try to come.
but you were trying to get some money though. Like I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, maybe I'm the only person who wasn't there.
You were trying. I don't know where the money was going, Kazi. So you were trying to get.
Did I not try to get you to donate to the charity? It wasn't.
Yeah, you did try to get, and everyone was trying to agree to one charity. You did try to get him to donate. He was like,
$100,000. You guys play.
so I think you were trying to match his 5,000 or something. It wasn't even a match of 100,000. It was 1,000, right? You tried to match it
I have
lower.
a clarifying question. So I wasn't there. I don't know any of this. So what aspect of this deal was Kazi going to profit directly from?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. The only thing I could hyper speculate is that, there was some sort of like fake created link that Kazi would put in the chat and have Thug Bully donate to that appeared to look like, which is like way hyper speculation, but yeah, I don't know. King might know that it's easier to do, but I don't know what the agreed link. Okay, cool. So that would be the only hyper speculation that I would come up.
And Kazi known for free.
Well,
Wait.
the conclusion I would reach, just if I may,
It was just full on
if I may, I think it's more likely that because he has such credibility issues on the app, that it would go to like fix his reputation. Although your theory is also, I think, plausible.
Nice. I'm in the shower.
Wait, hold on.
Be back.
Wait, hold on.
Thank you.
I'm listening though.
In the room, we went to the Salvation Army.
Yo, Kazi, nobody's come to say.
I didn't post a link for no money to go to me. The guy called Salvation Army. We put the number and the link.
Yeah. Okay, so that is true. That is true.
I didn't put a link in the chat.
I mean, y'all did call. Y'all got in contact with real deal people. So.
That's right. I didn't send a fucking link to be malicious or take anything from anybody. I'm a former fiduciary, which means for the rest of my life is under investigation. I cannot commit fraud, or I'd be in fucking prison for securities violations.
That is not what that means.
No, it is. When you are licensed as a securities
Those words work a little different.
Hold on. When you are licensed as a securities professional and you have worked for the federal government, they don't just take you off their fucking radar. That's not what happens. So my real name is on this application on every platform, not just on Clubhouse, on every platform. And I operate a real $170 million business. You can chat GPT, monkey, if you like to, since that's what you like to do. If anybody in this room goes on ChatGPT right now and you say, who is Kazi Atkins? You will fucking find who I am.
You're
I'm not a liar.
Hold on. After that, Jeff Boston Washington.
Can we have that verified?
I did it. This is what it says. It says, Kazi Atkins is an entrepreneur and tech executive based in Greenville, South Carolina. He's the CEO and founder of Vice Capital Inc., a company operating in the consulting sector. Additionally, he has been associated with NAMS, Enterprise Technologies Inc., where he's also held the position of Chief Executive Officer. Beyond his corporate roles, Atkins maintains a presence on social media platforms. On Facebook, he shares content under the handle Kamikaze, including videos and personal reflections. He has a YouTube channel, though it contains limited content. In addition to his executive roles, Atkins offers freelance services and website design and internet marketing. Overall, Kazi Atkins appears to be a multi-phase professional involved in entrepreneurship, digital media, and freelance creative services.
I can make a website and make that out. Hold on.
follow-up question. Follow-up question. Now, Google has this person been associated with any controversy?
I already did that, and it says, as of now, there are no publicly available records credible for linking Carly Atkins to any fraudulent activities or scams. The information previously provided about his professional background remains unchanged.
Wait, Kazi, you do realize that shows you're a fucking retard. You're terrible at scamming.
Wait.
You're terrible. That's not, sir. We have you on record. This shows you're terrible, like we've been saying.
Wait.
You need to find a new profession.
Knowledge.
You need to find a new profession.
Knowledge, yes or no? Did you not just verify my professions?
ChatGPT
did. Thank you.
My profession.
ChatGPT
ran a fucking website.
ChatGPT did. You fucking retard. You do not know. The one area ChatGPT is not great at is up-to-date knowledge.
And who cares about your profession? All
No,
I
it
need
is
is that
not.
you're
ChatGPT
working
is well known, just like all other LLM models, when it comes to up-to-date knowledge, it is not good at. What the fuck are you talking about?
Check me on ChatGPT. What does it say?
Wait. Knowledge, are you there? Out of curiosity. It is not fucking limited. Knowledge, are you there? It's verified.
Not
Public current
knowledge.
Knowledge there? Knowledge. Ask ChatGPT what his net worth is.
My net worth isn't public.
Oh my god, it's not. Let's see what it says.
Is he a billionaire?
Yeah, is it a $10 on there? Knowledge, please ask her that. I know you're here. Please. You're a hundred there, Cozy? Please.
Yeah. Just how you gonna get it.
ChatGPT is not 2021 anymore. It's not just located in the United States. Yeah, it says his network is not public information. What does it say, Trayvon? That it's not public information. Huh. So what would you have to guess if you had to?
Thank you.
But seriously, does anybody have a topic?
Hold on, give me a second. Knowledge. One more thing. Could you do me a favor?
Look, Congressman trying to save you, bro.
Could you look up the
That
network?
can't be the
Hold on, please.
please.
Mike, I don't hear.
I will buy all your family products.
One more, right? It says I'm the chief executive officer of two public companies. If you could please verify the net worth. If you could please verify the net worth of Advanced Enterprises, could you do that for me on ChatGPT? I don't want to do it because it's biased if I do it. Could you look up the net worth?
Fuck that. What do you want me to do? Hey, what do you want me to do? I'll do it right now.
Look up the net worth of Advanced Enterprises.
How are you CEO? Didn't you just say you have no taxable income?
I don't have taxable income because corporations report unrealized gains, sir. That's what an Inc. is. I don't realize.
No, they report real gains.
Unrealized
real
gains
profits.
and recognized gains.
But that has nothing to do with you as an employee.
Hold on. Is this Michael speaking?
Yeah.
I'm not an employee. I'm a corporate executive of the organization.
That's an employee.
No, look. You can be an employee, make $0, avoid all the taxes.
Right.
It's just
That was the trick. You should have said, I get a $0 salary or a $1 salary.
I don't pay myself a salary.
Yeah, you can.
You
have
have
my
to.
assets.
You have to be
My
an
assets.
employee of the corporation.
Look, no. I'm an owner of the organization. I'm not an employee. I'm a founder.
There is no owner of
By law,
a corporation.
you own shares. You're an employee, but
No,
you
I'm
can be
not
an
an
investor
employee.
and have a company with no employee.
I'm
You
a
have to
founder
be an
of the
employee.
organization.
You have to be an
A
employee.
founder
What are
then
you talking
means
about?
you're a former.
Guys,
you're a
a
former
founder,
employee.
not an employee.
A founder is not a special title in a corporation.
Bro, a founder and a corporate executive officer.
Y'all finna
A
catch
corporate
him up
executive
again.
officer. No, a corporate executive
They're
officer.
both
doesn't
employees.
have the
They're
same
both
stuff as
employees.
salary. I have a truck.
Steve
I have a truck
Wozniak.
that owns the company.
Steve Wozniak is the founder of Apple,
Pass up to it.
and he still gets
Steve
the
Jobs never
salary.
took a salary. Steve Jobs
Yes,
never took
he
a
did.
salary.
First of all, he did.
No, he didn't.
He took $1.
Look
He
it up
took
right
a $1
now.
salary. He took a $1
Wow.
salary. That's more than zero.
You're being
No, it literally means you're an employee of the corporation.
I don't
so you
have
have taxable
an employee
income.
base.
You said you don't have any taxable income. You can't run a
a United States corporation without having taxable income.
It's not solely a United States-based recognized organization because it's owned by foreign irrevocable trust and needs. All of my corporations are.
Then it's not a U.S. corporation.
Trust.
Then that corporation ChatGPT just talked about is not a U.S. corporation. You can't have the same company.
It's not U.S.
So if you're the CEO of this company, you would know that you have to set up operations in different companies.
Their biases before they go into those.
There is no company in the world that operates in both Geneva and the United States as the same. We don't have any global corporations. Corporations are defined in every single country.
Let me school you real quick. First and foremost, a trust is not an operating entity.
Kazi, you're not schooling nobody.
A trust, no, I got you. A trust is not an operating entity or a company.
You just said a corporation. You said you're a corporate executive officer, whatever that is.
Advanced
Not a
Enterprise.
trust. What does that have to do with the trust?
I'm gonna tell you. Advanced Enterprise.
Corporation is an active entity.
No, I got you, Michael. A trust is not an operating entity that reports revenue or files taxes. A trust offshore owns Vice Capital Inc. and Advanced Enterprises. That is why the revenue is passed up to the trust and the revenue is reported as unrealized gains because I don't pay myself a salary because I operate in positive debt. It's called the Zuckerberg tax loophole. That's what it is. I take loans and I pay myself through dividends which are not taxable in the United States. Look it up. Zuckerberg tax loophole. That's what it's called. We're not talking about Zuckerberg. We're talking about a tax investment strategy for tax engineering for entity structure. Offshore trusts are not taxed.
This fucking nonsense, bro.
No.
He wanted every fucking time. You ain't wait. I'm on word salad.
It's not word salad because you don't understand.
You fucking word salad is out here, bro. You do this every fucking time.
We know.
And
We know you're understanding.
you can't interchange trust and corporation. They're two different things.
No, a trust
you keep studying back between a corporation and a trust.
No, brother, a trust entity is separate from the corporation. It is the owner of the corporations, and the revenue is passed up. An S corp in a holding company passes revenue up the ladder to the trust as the holding company offshore. That's how that works. If you
How are you associated with this company? How are you associated with this company?
I'm a corporate executive.
Okay, so you're an employee of the company.
No, I
CEO
am
is an employee of the company
I wasn't
that serves at the will of the board.
No, I wasn't appointed. I'm the majority shareholder and founder of the organizations, both of them. I founded them.
Who's on your board? Who's on your board?
Multiple different people, private investors. DST Global is one of them.
Yo, nobody on his
No,
board.
it's people on board. The companies can't be on the board.
Shareholders,
Nobody's on his board.
Yeah,
He got called.
Mark Andreessen.
Yes, they can. Corporations can operate as shareholders.
Not associated.
I know. I was here the first time you took them down.
Wait, Michael, no. Focus on this conversation. You said a corporation can't be a shareholder.
He already got you stuck in a hole. You see that?
Corporations
Yeah.
can in fact be shareholders.
I asked who was on your board of
It's
directors.
fuel. Like,
A corporation
he already
can't
got
be
you,
on your
bro.
board of
He
directors.
already got you. He already got you. That's it. I heard it pause once, but you kind of stunned him a little bit, but you got
You
you.
sound ignorant. You're uneducated on what you're speaking on.
I definitely am.
Offshore trust entity operates.
And he's still going. You see that?
That's
So
separate.
you can't stop. He's sick.
How do you have no taxable income in the United
If
States?
you're
If you're an employee of a corporation of the United States. If you're the chief executive officer of any corporation, you have tax.
You are not forced to pay yourself a salary. You are not forced to pay yourself a
Yes,
salary.
you are. That's why Steve Jobs had a $1 salary.
No, he chose
To be an employee of a company, you need a salary.
So Michael is right. To be an employee, you need
I'm
a
not an employee.
salary. The two
Steve
are
Jobs
interconnected. They
look.
can't be. You can't
Steve
separate
Jobs.
the two. Even if it's something like stock reimbursement that has a monetary value,
Steve Jobs
then
was
you'll
an
get some
employee.
sort of taxation.
I'm
So
not an employee.
Steve Jobs. Okay, so if you're an executive,
Steve
you're an
Jobs was
employee.
Okay,
You understand that,
I'm
right?
also not an employee of the same corporation. So we both
Steve
don't work
Jobs
there.
was an
We
employee
both
of
don't work there.
Apple.
That's fine.
Listen, guys, Steve Jobs.
But if you are CEO of a corporation, you are an employee. Like Michael.
Michael, no, you're not. Unless you choose to be. Steve Jobs was a fucking director of design for Apple.
And
He wasn't
you
just
are a
corporate
fiduciary and you don't need these basic rules?
No, Michael, follow this, right? I'm a former fiduciary before my corporations were started. That means I used to work for the federal government as an employee.
That's not what a fiduciary means.
Yes, I was a chartered financial consultant, and I worked for
He's already
Okay, so you're also an employee of the federal government.
No, I was an employee of the federal government.
You're a contractor of the federal government.
Michael, listen very carefully so you can have an argument. Trust appoints.
Why are you talking about trust?
I'm slowing down for you so you can follow along. Steve Jobs was a design director of Apple before he passed away. He was an employee. He had an employee position.
You just said he wasn't.
No, he was an employee. He paid himself. I am not an employee. I did not choose to be.
Okay, I'm also not an employee of that company. Also.
Michael, we're not talking about you. Michael, we're not talking about you. Steve Jobs appointed himself as the director of design of Apple.
Steve Jobs doesn't control how corporations are run. This has nothing to do with Steve Jobs.
Michael,
he's not a good example.
I'm making an example.
Because he had taxable income.
No, I'm making an alternate example for your point, for the employee point you made. Steve Jobs wasn't appointed as an employee position as the director of Apple. That is an employee position. He designed the Apple concept before he passed away. That is an employee position. The founders of organizations can, in fact, appoint shareholders if they decide. Like DST Global is a shareholder of Clubhouse, idiot. You can have corporations that operate as shareholders. You do not know what you're talking about.
They're an investor in Clubhouse. I was asking about who is on your board of directors. What are the names of the people on your board of directors? You can't have. It's a person from DST Global. It's not. You can't have a company on your board of directors.
Brother, you can have representatives.
Okay, what is his name? What is his name?
There are specific people
Yes,
that
what are
operate
their
as
names?
representatives of the organization.
What are their names?
Of my private shareholders. What the fuck is wrong with you? They're corporations for a reason, to protect their privacy and anonymity. That's why the people do corporate representation as shareholders. It's for privacy. It's for protection of liability. You sound dumb. Nobody appoints themselves and their fucking social security numbers to corporations that go and
Social security numbers? What are you talking about? Everyone that's on boards of publicly traded companies.
Michael, you're scrambling.
100%
You're scrambling.
public.
You're scrambling.
They have to be by law. As a fiduciary, you should know these rules. You should know these rules.
I know the law. I know the law. DST Global, like you just said, a corporation can't operate as a shareholder.
What person on DST Global is on your board of directors? What person is on your board of directors?
There's 5 different representatives that represent.
What are their names? What is one of their
board of
names?
directors? I have 150. I can't give you names.
How big is your board? 150 people?
I could give you names.
Yes. I have 153 shareholders.
Do you have had enough time to just look up a random name on DST Global and you could have said that person?
Listen, I'm not fucking lying to you.
You're just making this shit up.
Random fucking name from somebody. No, I'm not.
And you're intertwining as a chief executive.
No, Michael. This is Steve Jobs.
I'll tell you, it sounds like you don't know how to read your own resume. It sounds like you don't know how to read your own resume.
Read my own resume.
That's right.
My resume is not published
since
2019.
That's how weird it sounds, my man. No. It sounds like you don't know how to read your own resume.
My resume hasn't been published since 2019.
What are you talking about? You're telling us things that are relevant to your resume. Yeah, you're telling us things about your resume, your achievements, and you're talking about it in ways that a person who does those things wouldn't phrase it quite that way.
No, I got
That's why there's a disconnect. So that's why I say you don't know how to read your own resume.
I got you.
So just
Let me go again. Hold up.
I got you.
You don't got a goddamn thing. This is between me and Michael. This is between me, Michael, and I. No, nigga, this ain't between none of that.
I got you, bro. Michael made a statement.
No, I'm not interested in actually.
Michael made a statement. He said that corporations cannot operate as shareholders. That's what he said.
No, he
I
didn't.
held him accountable.
No,
and I said Clubhouse is an example
either
How shareholders can operate as corporations. And we know who's on the board of Clubhouse. No, you don't know every board of directors.
You can't help it.
Because they're operating as corporations.
You pretend it's a joke. That's always gonna be your out.
Look,
This gonna
guys. This is a very,
have you not been entertained?
No, this is not a joke.
You even committed fucking, what is that?
This is how
Plagiarism on that? That ain't your line.
Listen, bro. This is how
That's just fucking stupid, bro.
I'll school you.
You have a sickness.
Look, I'm gonna keep it very.
You're ill.
I'm gonna keep it very.
And
I'm not here to
boring.
make up the
Now you
law.
gotta pick a different topic, right? Like at least we were talking about straw man and shit like that with Samoa and shit.
Yeah. Wait, Mike.
You're talking about boring ass shit, bro. Like,
I know you're on.
this is so boring. Like we got into it, hey, person A, person this, person B, shit, like
Michael cares.
you know, it was all like chat table and shit.
Guys.
This guy's just talking about himself, bro. This is
Look,
weird.
you guys can't remember. You've been talking about me for hours.
I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Look, I hear you talk, and I hear like a sick man. That's what I hear. You have an illness.
Mike, the best thing you can do.
You have an
The best thing
illness.
you can do.
I think you're well spoken. I'll say that. And it's unfortunate, like a well spoken person could actually use your skill on something else. You know what you could have been? You know that movie Catch Me If You Can? You could have been something like that.
He's living it right now.
How to sound real? Like you could like start a video. Hey, you want how do fake people sound real? Lesson number one. Right? Yeah, you can give lessons like that.
These are
That's the way you're probably gonna make some money.
The brother just verified who I am.
You know what I mean? But like you don't have anything, bro. You ruined yourself on like a fucking talking app.
So the donation that he's talking about, the one from Cora, $100,000, Cora said she called the donation, called the organization and asked if they received a donation for under this amount, and they said no.
She can't just call and verify it.
Yes. They have all their donations are on. All their donations are on the video.
You left your confirmation number.
No, I'm talking about Cora. I
was in the room.
Bro, I didn't have confirmation.
Yes, you did.
No, she did not, because she's lied and said she was on the board of directors and she called for private.
She
said she was you, or he said he was you, and he had the transaction number.
Cora did not verify the amount of the donation.
No, Cora's not the same person. It sounds like Cora's claim is even more powerful than the other guys. Because it looks like there's something like verifiable things on.
Cora lied that she was on a board of directors.
Yeah, what a coincidence. Hey, she lied, but you're telling the truth. So like, you have to question knowledge. You think that there's a page, that revealed like the sources of the donation, right? Because sometimes they'll ask you, right?
I made an anonymous donation to the
Oh, yeah, you did. How much?
Non-binary children.
How much?
For $100,000. That was a real donation.
So that means you would see it on the page under anonymous, though, right?
We'll post the receipt for that.
I do have the receipt.
Nah, the receipt.
I have video too. I have video.
Photoshop. That's what we do.
Photoshop the one in my
I
PTR.
can't Photoshop video.
Hey, let me ask you this then. Hey, let me ask you this. Hey, Cosby, why didn't you actually pay Knowledge $1,000? You said you would. It was your idea.
You said what now?
$1,000, remember?
Repeat what you said.
Okay, so look,
Repeat what you just said.
I'm telling you right now. Can you not hear me? Am I low? Look, you said I'll pay you guys for the moderators $1,000 to kick Mike and Dewey down.
Do you remember Knowledge told me to do that?
Oh, Mike, it was you.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Knowledge.
Hold on.
You don't remember that Knowledge admitted to lying?
It wasn't Knowledge's idea. Knowledge facilitates your idea because he had the power. And not only that too.
Look, right here, I have
And not only that too, Knowledge was in on it as I was at some point in time after the fact.
I have the conversation in my PC.
But like,
what are you talking about?
if I'm not mistaken,
wait, Mike,
didn't
PCR
your
right
shit
now.
like decline? No, didn't it like $1 thing decline or something like that?
That's my PCR right now.
I'm not looking at anything you say. I just want to be like, hey, you know what? I got a little bit of a sickness. So I'm not like, I don't even care.
I told him to send the money and I'll just send it back.
No. Look at the
And then when he sent it, did it show decline or some shit?
No. It said I'll send it right back
even worse. Even worse.
Yeah, he sent a request to Donald Trump.
Hey, wait, Mike. Look at the. No, I'm not gonna do that. I know it bothers you too. I know it bothers you. My style bothers you, right? Like that's why last time I had to. You're like, what is crazy? You don't like my style because I don't care. Because I have the ability to choose you out like I'm doing right now and talk. You need to be heard. Part of your script is like be heard. So what I'm saying is this: is that look, if you actually have the money, why did you request it to knowledge and not actually give it to him, even though he said it was going to give it back?
PTR if you want your
No. You see, PTR. I'm saying, why did you request it? Why did you give it to him? He was going to give it right back to you. You know how when you play like pass the ball, you throw the ball to me, I throw it back to you.
Wait.
Why didn't you do that with your $50,000? Why not?
So right here, he said it's for
great.
purposes.
No, I'm saying, why didn't you give the money? If you don't want to answer the question,
it's
I'll
only
stop
for
asking.
comedic
You not want to
purposes.
answer that question?
I just answered it. Knowledge
Okay, great.
himself
What was the
said
answer?
it's only for comedic purposes. That's what he said. I love the content.
No. I know. Look,
Right,
I know what knowledge did. I was at one point in that knowledge. I was in on it, which means that even though I don't care about you, even though I think you're a liar, I still pretended that I saw the receipts. Right? You can have knowledge. So I already knew about it that night. I knew about it that night. I got sent down, and I didn't have to come back up because I actually gave the idea. But after I realized, this is all this stuff, whatever.
You have $170 million, $1,000. You bet pay for $1,000.
Mike is so
I
confident.
Please, the way you beg to be heard. I beg for $1,000. Yes, give it to me. Hey, look. So what I'm saying is this: you're saying knowledge that this is for a comedic purpose. So you're saying, look, I'm willing to play with knowledge's pause. I'm willing to go with knowledge in right? Even though I initiated the idea. But what I'm saying is this: if you initiated it and he said he's willing to go with it, why didn't you actually send it to him? Why didn't you do what he asked you to do? Right? Why didn't you do what he asked? He said, send it to me, and then I'll give it back. Why didn't you do that? Oh, really? Is that $1 billion server you're on?
Is he on stage?
I don't know.
I don't see it anymore.
I forgot my guilt buds.
Yeah. No, I was in on it. Hey, I saw it. And then, like, hey, I didn't want to be negative, but, like, you can ask knowledge. I go, hey, dog, I don't think he's going to get his money. Like, this confirms it even more. And I never trusted the guy, but, like, when I saw that, I was like, something along those lines.
We all said,
Yeah.
No, it's all good. No, it's all good. I appreciate knowledge. I appreciate you.
hold on.
Concrete.
Wait, hold on. Give me a second.
Yes, concrete.
But concrete, what do you do if the guy keeps stepping in the ring? Like, you're trying to push him out. He's like, no, I want more. What do you do?
That's a good question. You free Kazi, that's what you do. You free him. Let him live.
One more thing before I
Look,
go.
one more.
I'll probably be back.
One more. Please. Ever? I got to feel that. I love your name. All right, guys, I gotta go.
I'll be back in just a little bit. Give me just a second.
Is your client here?
Mike is hilarious, bro.
This is for Kaz. Give me just a second. Hold on.
Kazi, I just want you to get help, man. I just want you to get help, bro.
Look, I want you to stack stuff
I just want you to get help, man. That's about
Nah. I just want you to get
Hold on.
Look, at this point, knowledge is clear. This kid doesn't have money. It's clear that he's just a social
Hold on,
media.
Hold on, I got you.
Yeah.
PCR for me real quick. I just want you to see this, okay?
Bro, everybody was there.
This is for you, King. This is for you.
Everybody was there, Kazi.
King, hold on, King. This is for you.
You
suggested it. Knowledge went along just to placate and have a good time.
I did it after I never received money because I said I put my cash out.
My bad, that is correct.
After I never received money, I said, you know what? Then I sent him a DM. I said, you know what? Let's just send it and I'll send it back.
Straight up. And I remember that. That is correct. Knowledge decided to entertain after you didn't send the money, bro. Just stop all the play. Like, my thing is, be legitimate. Be legitimate like a concrete, like a knowledge, right? Like a Mike. These guys got real businesses, right? Real shit that they put their hard, earn money into, their sweat, blood, and tears. Like, as a black man, that's what you should be doing, bro. Not this, like, scamming money here, there. Come on, bro. Come on, Kazi, bro. You just need to grow up, man. This is bad. This is terrible. And it sucks that every time I see you, I gotta do this, bro. Just don't get on stages saying all this dumb shit. Look, God got you in the Matrix right now. Because you a hoe ass nigga. Even God knows you a hoe ass nigga.
Came off the airplane mode.
What's good, Adams?
You think Adams will ever be normal again? That nigga lost his mind. Yo, he was talking so much shit about the autistic black baby that got called a nigger. And I don't understand. Even if you hate the black culture, you hate black women, you think they're all degenerates, why in the world would you call them a baby? Can somebody explain that? Yo, just ask him. Somebody reach out to Adams. Anybody that can reach into his, that he respects, and just tell him, why would you shit on a baby that called a nigger? He said, fuck that. He said some wild shit. It was great. This is our Christian brother, by the way, King Solomon.
It looks
bad shit crazy.
Like a nigga?
Cocker, you tried to hit hard with that last one.
Oh, something has to bring them back to normalcy, right? You are a Christian. You don't shit on babies. No matter how much you hate black people.
I understand where you're coming from. Cocker, I'm not gonna act like I don't. I do think kids are, a line I don't cross, and I don't think as Christians, I don't think we should cross that line. But Clubhouse brings out the worst of our demons, and I just think for folks like Adams and others, they just let that get to them a little more than maybe you or I would. But I agree with you. We should, as Christians, we should be careful talking on the kids and stuff like that. Now, it is interesting, concrete, that it came out that the kid was, rumbling through the woman's bagger, because I didn't know that in the first instance. But I don't think that even that is something that would.
Yeah, that's no warning.
Yeah, it doesn't lead to I agree. It doesn't lead to, what she
Hold on,
did.
give me a second. So, concrete.
Yo, Kazi, you don't give a fuck about what you say.
I'm about to.
I'm not getting in the middle of this, Kazi.
Well, you can see my PTR, right?
Bro, there's nothing you're gonna do.
Solomon, I need an advocate.
We're not getting in the middle of this,
Solomon,
Kazi.
I need help.
You don't have to.
We got to Monica.
What
we got to be on Adams. I'm not getting in the middle of your shit, Kazi.
No. You don't have to get in the middle of it or no shit like that. I'm just saying, if I wanted to pay you, King, if you read my PTR, I could pay you at any time.
Kazi. Do you know how easy it is to make this type of receipt, bro?
Photoshop shit, Kazi. Are you
That's
okay?
right. What's wrong? Are you dumb?
You literally put Photoshop in my PTR.
It was Photoshop.
Is this guy Smoke? He really thinks it's hard to make this.
Niggas make this every day.
Hold on. Let me show you something.
Guys.
Kazi, watch what I do right now. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna make this right now.
This isn't, look, guys, if it was Photoshop,
Watch.
I would literally be hiding the client information.
Watch. Well, no. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna make this.
go to the hood and do free classes?
I do. I go to universities like Clemson University. I went to UFC where I graduated from.
That's not the hood, bro. That's not
Bro,
the
that's
hood.
it. No, I said I've gone to school.
You know what, Kazi? Kazi, say I believe you, right? Say I believe you. What's your company's business model?
My company's business model.
Yeah.
Is
Can you explain it in detail?
Yeah.
And how y'all generate revenue?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay.
I'm a fintech developer. I'm a fintech developer in the tech space, and I have been for the past 6 years.
No, he's not.
Here's the business model. Believe me, pay me. That's the narrative.
You asking this guy a question that he has rehearsed responding.
It's not rehearsed.
So ask him something else.
Okay, I got you.
No, Miss Smoke, I'm gonna call you privately.
No, fuck you not. Are you okay? I got a man, don't call me. My man does not approve. The fuck? I'm not that interested.
Look, I'm back telling you with my company.
You ain't gotta do that
telling you with my company. So you ask me a question or not, that's cool. So don't ask me shit.
Yeah, how was your business tax?
I want to know, don't ask
Because
me
you said you don't pay no taxes, right?
This guy is a cat with one coin. Rattlespace, let him know it's fucking
Just your one back.
Wait, hold on. I know point taken. I'm talking to you. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. I know point. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Wait, hold on. Concrete. I know point taken. I know point taken.
Cartel, drug, cartel, fucking
good for
piece of shit. Kill some innocent people, you fucking weirdo.
I want to make a point.
Fucking dope fiend. Shut up.
I want to make a point. I want to make a point.
Fucking make fake dolls out of cocaine.
no good father, live in the hood.
Fuck up out of this country. You still gotta get up out of this country. You still gotta pack your shit up. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Shut up. Shut up. Pack your bag. Papito. Fucking Manuel. Fucking shut up. You gotta go back home and pick cotton for real.
Yo, Teresa, you need to chill, bro. You know we not doing that, bro. You know that, bro. Come on now.
I'll give you that.
Look.
Where's your concrete? Where's your concrete? You know we not. Where's concrete? Concrete, bring us one. Freaking black piece of shit. What's this?
Kazi, fuck you, nigga.
Yeah, fuck you, nigga, Kazi.
Hold on, I got the receipt. Check this out. That's right now, Fox. Yo, I got the receipt. Give me a minute right now.
I've never heard a woman in
I
your
got it
background.
right now. Hold on, give me a minute.
I've never heard a woman in your background.
PTR.
You're homosexual. I've never heard a woman in your background.
Is he fucking serious?
There's a lot of projection on this application.
Shut up, Kazi. You pussy, nigga.
It's going down. My Instagram subscribers are going down, not going up.
This person just said, I've been lying for 4 years. You've been lying for
You're still in this fucking country, Pablito? Don't worry. We'll catch your fucking pussy.
Hold on, Concrete. This is important. Point. You're a grown man on this application pretending you don't have an Adam's apple in your throat. You are the person projecting that someone has been lying for the past 4 years. You've been lying blatantly to everyone on this application that you're not a grown
We
man.
already knew what was going on. Are you okay?
On your PTR. You ain't grown.
You're not gonna get sad.
All right.
You know.
No. The point that I'm making, Miss Smoke, is that no, I got you. No, that's not the point. We all know who it is. That's not the point. The point that I'm making is there's a lot of masculine men. Wait, hold on. There's a lot of masculine. No, I got you, Smoke. I got you. There's masculine women on the stage and there's feminine men on the stage projecting.
PTR, Photoshop, Kazi. That's all you know for 4 years. You've been photoshopping,
Miss Point,
lying.
can you use your real voice for us?
You don't trade. You don't do anything. You're in a happy people.
Hey, can you use your real voice for us, goddamn?
Hold on.
Could you use your real voice for us, goddamn?
Hold on. This is my real voice. Kazi's a sociopath, a liar, a psychopath. He's been talking about financial.
Breaking news by candidate John.
No, we found out he's in a halfway house in Brooklyn.
See, I'm ramming here. See.
I'm not in a halfway house.
See.
They talk about the Tobis.
Everybody dancing, happy party.
too much. Anyway, so
Can
can you move in while I finish? Can you move in while I finish? And then we can bring it back up.
Look, you're
So
a grown
Cosby,
man. You don't get the grace of a woman on this stage. You don't.
okay. Yeah, I shouldn't expose you. Okay. Now, can you move in while we finish?
This is
What the sound? What the fuck was that?
You heard? That was his real laugh. That was his real laugh.
Excuse me. You stopped with
He was trying to hold up a big back.
3 years, and we found out you were capping about Bitcoin, Apple, other stocks you had analyzed. We knew you were full of shit then. So we waited. We did a spreadsheet, and we said, his projections, all full of shit. So you're a liar, pants on fire. You know, you must be related to Pinocchio. All you do is lie on top of lies, on top of another lie, and then you Photoshop to get your way out of it. People know about it, Kazi. It's old. Give it up, get therapy. Therapy is not expensive if you have health insurance. Do you have health insurance, Kazi? Do you have health insurance, Kazi? Health insurance, Kazi? Health insurance?
My corporation, yes. It's called Mr. Medina. That's what it's through. Medina Health Insurance. Would you like to see the pamphlet?
No, I'd like you to go look up the definition of a sociopath. A sociopath.
A sociopath is somebody who pretends to be a woman online and they have a fucking fake face. That's what a sociopath is. And you are projecting.
PTR definition of a sociopath.
PTR, the last selfie you took.
PTR photoshopping lessons 1 2.
No.
PTR.
PTR, the last selfie you took, sir. PTR, the last selfie you took.
So, Kazi had a group of people one time on Clubhouse, and they all found out he was a clown.
PTR. You know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? It wouldn't, because I was gonna change the it's a fuck Kazi game and like some other things. I was gonna change some other things, but ChatGPT wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me say fuck Kazi. It wouldn't let me say a couple of things.
Oh wow.
But as you can see, one shot. This is one shot. Concrete. No, I just said make me a receipt. I'll change this to this, and then it told me, oh, okay, I'll add all these elements. Do you want this? And I said, no, change this to fuck Kazi. It's like, you do that? And I said, okay, just do the original, and that's what it produced. No one shot. One fucking shot, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No.
Yo, can we?
One fucking shot.
Yo, Kazi, let's drop the topic.
Damn, Con, I just got back and I'm like, damn, that looks.
You can make me a federal court order to do this, and then in the next instance, you can just submit the court order to the AI system and get it to reveal all sorts of things. So that's exactly the kind of trick that King is talking about. So it's really good at fabricating receipts, court orders, all sorts of shit.
So and again, this was with
in high school, you was a man.
no
what the fuck happened to you?
This was with no other prompts, just one prompt. No suggestions, no hey, change it here, none of that. One prompt.
Therapy for Kazi. Therapy for Kazi.
You were born neglected by your father. You need therapy. That's why you pretend to be a woman on the application, because you identify with
Shut the fuck up, Kazi. You pretend to be a billionaire. The fuck?
No,
Why is that any different?
My companies are public. What the fuck are you talking about?
We gotta get some therapy for Kazi.
And you know, the difference between me and you, King, is that you've been a grown man.
The difference between me and you is I
you don't have a company.
And I don't gotta lie about it. That's the difference.
You don't have a company under your
Everybody was on here. Everybody was here when Jazzy verified one of my accounts and it had 37,000 in. That's just one of them. That's one of my theories.
Let's talk about you real quick.
Everybody was here.
Let's talk about
that's the difference between you and you. You have yet to verify any actual money. The wallet that you did try to verify, we had some Bitcoiners come in and actually did a forensic on it. Bitcoiners Bitcoiners. They did a forensic on it and showed that from out of the 7
it has to be verified by me and has $37,000 in it. You can do a forensic on that. Millions, nigga, that I pulled through that wall.
You can't show
millions, nigga, that I pulled through that wall.
We asked you to
That's the difference between me and you. Don't ever fucking talk to me about no fucking money. You broke, nigga. I'm not. That's the difference. You're fucking broke.
I offered you $1,000 for you to put video proof on the account. You couldn't fucking do that. As a matter of fact, you put another person, you put a project wallet in public. You put a project wallet in public that you say you manage.
That's the difference between me and you, nigga. Nobody believes you. That's the difference.
You lied 24/7 on this application about to build up your reputation.
I'm blessed on this fucking app.
To build a reputation.
You know how many people I'm picking here? Oh yeah, yes. I want to hear you. You know how many times I bought free hoodies? But niggas, I didn't even collect that shit. I bought hoodies for other people. Call Crane here. Crane will tell you. I bought a bunch of great shit and I gave it away. I didn't even receive it. Nigga, I'm not you. I don't gotta lie about shit.
You were exposed for shitcoin.
Fuck is
You have projects that have no fucking market value. You were exposed by the biggest spaces on X, and you ran. You have 200 followers on fucking X. You're a nobody, bro. You're a nobody. You got exposed by the biggest. Wolf Financial exposed. No. Wolf Financial exposed you on X. You have 200 fucking followers. No. Focus on don't just play. Don't just play.
You said I only got 200 followers? Because somebody go on my Twitter and see how many followers I have?
Wolf Financial.
Only got 2.
Wolf Financial.
You see how you lying to me?
Project on X. Wait, hold on. You just lied about the bank.
Why you lying? Why you gotta lie, though? Why you gotta lie, bro?
We checked Cosby's page, and Cosby's Instagram is full of bot followers. Like,
It's not.
That is
Or
bad.
you can look and audit my Instagram.
Literally bad.
You can go and Instagram. You can audit my page and see all my fucking followers. Why make up a lie?
They were bots.
Man, the engagement on my tweets and my posts are not fucking fake.
It's crazy.
Look, if somebody has more followers than you, they're
like cleaning my garage and selling stuff to people. But
make sure you play the role.
Man, shut the fuck up, Kazi. You pussy, nigga.
Make sure you play the role.
Look,
what does that mean? What does that mean, non-homeowner? What does that mean? What does that mean? Bum that lives in New York in a shoebox.
I don't
literally. Smoke. $900 smoke out of 7 years. This man
I don't
showed us a wallet. He only moved $900 out of 7 years. And it had no money in it.
Dummy. Atomic wallet.
You're a fucking retard. We did a forensic audit on that wallet, sir.
Bro, I'm about to drop the wallet in the chat right now.
Just be honest about it. Just be honest about it. They did a forensic on my Ethereum wallet, nigga, millions, bro.
The blockchain
Millions,
has
bro.
a history of a wallet. It doesn't matter if it's atomic wallet.
That is correct. Was that Mike? That is correct. Whoever said that. Yeah, it is Mike. Yeah, Mike, that's correct. So I don't know what he's talking about. We had actually it was the homie Silver.
Look, why do you have to lie? Wait, hold on. The wallet is in the chat. Why do you have to say? Data got exposed. Data got exposed for not having $10,000 to his name, but he's such a professional worldwide forensic data analyst, right? That's a fucking lie. Nobody has data on his payroll. Data's a fucking nerd that got exposed, and I took his name.
Why
you tried to use this as a fucking reference point.
Everybody
My
knows
wallet's in the
data
chat.
is.
Everyone
Why
can go
you
see
lying
it.
on that man?
No, they don't.
This is
Why does he have $10,000 to his name? Why doesn't he have any corporations registered to his
Everybody
name?
knows data, bro. You
No,
can't
you
lie
can't
on that
answer my
man's
question.
reputation.
Then
Everybody
answer
knows
my
him.
question.
He's well known.
Answer my question.
His work is
Don't
well
deflect.
known.
Don't deflect.
I'll give you a wallet address. Send $1 from that wallet to my wallet. It was $3.68. Send $1.
That's your annual audit.
Excuse me?
Who does your annual audits every year? What company?
I know.
I would have believed him if he said no. You know, PMG, you know, but
he has printouts of his reading in the little room that he's in Brooklyn. And I tried to tell you all, but you keep cutting me off.
I don't live in Brooklyn. What the fuck?
Ozzy, stop cutting me off. I want to tell them about you.
Yeah, look, the craziest shit is.
So Cappuccino, you agree that he's a sociopath? Cappuccino, you agree that he's a sociopath?
Wait, I think the craziest thing.
Yes, I agree too.
I got you.
The man is clearly a sociopath.
The reason I'm in this room right now is was for my
Just to be clear, hold on.
when
Just
people
to be
went on,
clear,
they try
when
to
I
create
asked
fucking
who does
lies.
your annual for finances, you said that Goldman Sachs does your
Auditing, yes.
annual. They're literally not an accounting firm.
Oh, that's
Goldman
crazy.
Sachs is not an accounting
They have
firm.
accounting firms associated with
No,
them.
they don't.
Associated for high net worth individuals, yes,
Right,
they do.
if they're associated with them, you would use the
Here,
name that
I
actually
can
does it.
explain how it's possible, right? So imagine hold on, Kazi, hold on, bro. I'm trying to help you out. So imagine I'm a wealthy person, and I'm like, look, bro, I know you, Goldman Sachs. I'm already with you. You're already managing my money. We're doing well. I want you to add on an extra service, and I don't even want to think about it. Just send me the bill, get it done. In which case, they'll just hire. Bro, just why are you over talking to me? Why are you over talking to me, Kazi? Why are you over talking to me?
He was talking about
Kazi, why are you over talking to me,
He was talking about corporate tax.
Kazi, why are you over talking to me, Kazi? Why are you over talking to me, Kazi? Okay. Anyway, so it's easy to understand that they would have in-house accountants, they could have out-of-house accountants. It's not that complicated. Accountants, you can
Tell me that you.
$80,000 per Goldman Sachs, $1 billion company. You can get a fucking 1,000 accountants if you wanted, and you can get them from all the top firms. Not a problem.
Thank you, Congressman.
It's not impossible for a financial firm to either hire accountants on your behalf or have in-house accountants to do their work.
The question was about the corporation. This wasn't
Yeah, it doesn't matter what accounting work it is. It doesn't matter what accounting work. Look, calm down. So listen, I'll explain it to you. So, even myself, if you were my financial client, and you said, hey, Concrete, I know you, I love the way you work, I want this augmented service, me personally, I could hire fucking accountants to do whatever accounting I wanted. Why? Because people work on contracts. They don't care where they get the contract from.
No,
you can hire them.
But that's important, Concrete.
Why are you arguing about this, bro? Why are you arguing this?
It has to be done by that company.
Why are you arguing this? Don't argue this. The simple stuff.
It's not.
Oh my God. You don't know everything, but I know this. Sorry.
Medical insurance.
Please tell us how it's not possible. Go ahead.
Therapy,
Go ahead. Tell us how it's not possible. I want to hear how it's not possible for Goldman Sachs to do your auditing. Go ahead. I want to hear.
What's the insurance company? Medical insurance company.
No, I want to hear your submission. You interrupted me. You overtalked me. So now I want to hear your submission. Go ahead. I'll wait for your submission. I'll wait for you to submit. I'll wait for you to submit. Let me know when you're going to submit and not be a ghetto hood rat. I didn't think you were. Congratulations. My predictions came. That's all you got is your ignorance of your questions. Good job.
You guys have medical insurance, Kazi? What's your coverage? And who's your provider? Because you need therapy. It's real simple. It's not complicated. You keep on talking about stupid talking points, and then he weaves you in, lies on top of the line, talks more financial shit, deflects, and then lies again and lies. This has been since 4 years. It's old. It's funny. It's very humorous. Yes, it's content. But it's therapy. The need.
I
I don't think I've ever agreed with you. Ever. Until now.
Yeah, but if you moved him, I could tell you some deep stories about this motherfucker, but you guys keep
Whenever they need moderation, they moderate.
I just want to say fuck Allie. I don't want to say fuck bunch of them bitch ass niggas who never bring me up. Yeah, I spit on all you bitch niggas.
Not true. Not true. So Kaza used to have a trading room back in the day, right? And we were in other trading rooms, and he'd come to that trading room and do all these predictions of where Bitcoin's going in the next 3 months. So I've created this thing, a spreadsheet with the guy who owned the room, and said every time he comes in, at the corner of the spreadsheet, write the prediction, the date, and the amount of what he's predicting. Yeah. He didn't know we were doing this. No, wait. He didn't know what we were doing.
Galaxy for being a real nigga.
Yo, after 4 weeks.
Shout out to Knowledge for being a Allie and Brooke for
4 weeks. Kazi came in the room, we read his spreadsheet, and we said, you said Bitcoin was moving on a trajectory doing this in 3 months. Here we are 3 months later. What happened? And we give him a chance to speak. Then we go to Apple or Tesla or any other thing he mentioned, because we already knew once he said it.
Your voice sucks, bro. Chill, man. You've been going too much. Pause. We don't want to hear it all. Calm down, bro. Chill.
Yo, Galaxy,
Take a break.
do you ever notice after you packed up, what's his name, Butcher, they don't speak no more?
We exposed it a long time ago.
Usually, you just get in the back.
So the ones discussing with Kazi.
You took a 5-second break, bro. That's not a fucking enough. Shut up.
Yeah, you're probably as sick as Kazi. That's why you're having a dialogue.
Imagine you calling somebody.
Imagine having a discussion with a fake financial person in a halfway house. So you're the real clown. You're the real clown. You're the real
Not the
clown.
dude with the fake black woman voice, right? Not the white dude with the fake black woman voice, right?
No, because I'm a model and a TV actress, a hairdresser, a dentist, and a rapper. What do? You hire illegal immigrants to pour inferior concrete. Now you have no workers due to ICE and immigration. No, you're just as sick as Kazi. Therapy is what you need.
Okay. So what you got cooking?
I know I hit
You had meetings the other day?
I know I hit a nerve, right, Concrete?
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
I can pack you motherfuckers up in less than a minute. So don't fuck around and find out. I'll put all your shit out there. You hired illegal immigrants, and you had failed concrete results, and you sold it to clients.
Your voice sucks, man. Calm down. Look, you see how? Here's another incident of smoke coming from me. I had to put belt to ass, and now she's on mute.
Tell me that you have not received a royalty from any entity that you ever oversaw the distribution of money in research
Did
grants.
someone say rebar? I'm not a
Well, first of all,
but I do recall a rebar incident from 2020.
Exactly. I can expose them all. That's why they don't want me to talk.
Not knowing what was going on and then trying to critique it
I'm not
after they
critiquing.
got.
I just said.
No, not you. After they
tell
got
me that you have not received a royalty from any entity that you ever.
Per the government.
The point, put it this way, he had number 5 rebar that only had 20 inches.
Yeah, I saw the shit. I saw that shit. Yeah, I saw that crappy shit. That's why they don't want me to talk, because they know I can pull out all kinds of receipts on their asses. That's why they interrupt me when I talk. They're like, oh Lord, don't let Cappuccino get started. He's
Yo,
gonna
we got Edmonds, we got this fucking nigga. Who else is like on this level of fucking autism?
And we got you.
Because even Rich isn't on that level. Rich is like below tier on this level of autism.
Why are you so disturbed and triggered that I'm talking?
Her voice sucks. Your natural voice probably sounds better than your fake voice. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Nature is telling you not to use your fake voice. voice. It makes you repulsive in social environments.
Therapy. You and Kazi. Therapy.
Yo, King, you there?
Yes, sir. What's good, Kazi? Yo, shout you out.
Shout out for not bowing down.
Say it again?
I said, shout out for not bowing down. I told him, if they kick you, I'm gonna start a new room.
Yeah, I fuck with you, bro. I really do, man. I mean that. Not like mean that.
Y'all fucking, what you say? What was that?
Anyways, shout out my black brother, Knowledge. Shout you out, you a real nigga. Unlike that pussy nigga Nathan. He just mad. I understand why.
I don't want to be a nigga.
I can't fault him for that. I understand why he mad. But Knowledge stood 10 toes down. So.
Yeah, ditto to that. I can't quite
you too,
put
I
it that way, but yeah, shout out to King and Knowledge for keeping it.
You too, Io. You kept it real too.
And me.
And me.
Free Kazi.
Yo, fuck that nigga Kazi. Fuck that nigga.
Man, it's like I don't know, man. Y'all shouldn't get upset at Kazi.
And the man just gotta pay. That's it.
Yeah, the thing concrete
that's it.
My thing concrete is he brings down the value of good black men like me, you, Knowledge. Like he brings down our value. Adam too. He brings down our value.
Yo, Adams brings down our value. Way Kazi.
I mean, look, here's my thing with Adams. It's complicated with Adams. Because I've known Adams for a very long time. I fuck with him because of like the fact that I've known him so long. Like, yes, he's controversial. I get that. He gets on my ass sometimes. You'll hear him say crazy shit to me. I be like, what the fuck? But concrete, me and Adams done been in battles with other niggas, bro. Like on this app, and I got, for me, it's like I'm just loyal, man. When I fuck with you, I fuck with you. I don't care what nobody does. That's how I am. And so I'm willing to look at Adam's faults because he has a lot, right? And I'm willing to give grace when it comes to those things versus, the positive that he has. But I understand if somebody just met him, why they be like, fuck this shit going on the blacks. What you say, Trace?
I'm surprised that Concrete's I'm the stepdaddy energy, I'm the big daddy protector energy didn't come out because usually when there's a broken baby bird on stage, Concrete needs to defend.
Be like, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. I got this. You're right, Tally. You're right. And I did try.
You did. I didn't get on your ass or whatever. As a matter of fact, Concrete, you know how many people have been, well, you fuck with Concrete so much. Oh, you just trying to fuck me so stuff. You think I give a fuck what they, you know how many times they call me, oh, you just trying to be Concrete. I'm like, do you think that's not a fucking insult to me? I fuck with that nigga. Tell him that's fine. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, when I fuck with you, I don't care what people say. I don't. That's how I've always been, man.
Solomon.
It is what it is. What's good?
Knowledge. Welcome back. Knowledge.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome back to the dark side.
I tried to put it away. I tried to put it away, man. Oh, for real.
I don't identify as a lieutenant. To clarify, my position is hostess.
Wait, Charlie, is Monica kicked off?
There was a meeting yesterday morning. Actually, quite a few things were covered, but essentially, it resulted in a week weekend stage ban for Monica.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like, holy shit.
Free Monica now. Free Monica now. Anyways.
I really would have played the clip if it ever made it to the disc.
Okay, content will get it.
So during the pandemic, during the pandemic, Cosby was selling a program, and he scammed a lot of people in the trading rooms because they were stupid anyway to even listen to this fool. But I can tell you more, but you keep cutting me off. Keep cutting me off. Keep cutting me off.
No one's cutting you off now. Now what?
So anyway, he went after financial investments and the fact that he had this multi-million-dollar corporation and all he could show was Photoshop screenshots of bullshit. I was always just in the background because I was like, this motherfucker was the thing I was born yesterday. But see, it was during the pandemic that Ozzy came alive. There was nothing going on in his life prior. You could tell he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't doing anything prior.
Tell me that you have not
Come up with this persona, and then that's all good and dandy if you like that kind of shit. But the worst part, he got money from other people. That's where I draw the fucking line. You stupid ass scamming bitch, because I know he's probably still here in a burner form. You scamming motherfucker. You knew nothing about the stock market. You were claiming bogus claims. You're coming to various trade rooms, and he wouldn't stay long. He'd stay like 3 minutes. Then when you had a question or something,
We're all familiar. Don't need a recap. Thank you, homie.
So concrete, you and your inferior rebar should be locked up. You know what I'm saying? You're using scam labor from illegal immigrants to pour concrete for clients. That's illegal. But that's another topic. Let's open up another room and talk about that, concrete. And by the way,
well, I'm sorry, I did see something regarding
workers.
Tally, come up with a topic tally that does not include anything that Point is interested in.
Okay, but it's about immigrants.
Yeah, let's talk about union labor.
Personally, I've really enjoyed the turn towards philosophy that occurred over the last week, but I'm not the mod to speak to that. Butcher would have to wake up. Trayvon would have to wake up. But I can tell you about the 450,000 migrant children who crossed the U.S.-Mexican border without their parents during the Biden administration. And essentially what's happening is Trump's administration is performing door-knock checks, like wellness checks on these children, but they're also taking DNA samples, I would suppose, to match them with their parents or verify the relationship, because most of the time they'll be placed with sponsors. Some of those are familial ties here in America, and some of them are just unrelated parties who have an interest in housing migrants. I'm uncomfortable with the DNA sampling the checks. I understand the utility, but ultimately because of the security issues that 23andMe had, I'm still uncomfortable with sampling the DNA of children and housing that.
The DNA sampling is to prevent sex trafficking. That's the purpose. To prevent people having kids that are not theirs and trafficking.
Yeah. And if you want to know what the average cost of a child is, it's about $90. So that's the fucked up world we live in.
Have not received a royalty from any entity that you ever oversaw the distribution.
There was a Guatemalan.
Honestly, people are fucking valuable. It's only fucking $90.
I know.
I want a fucking $90 job.
Yeah, it's fucked. Sorry, go ahead, Ty.
No, I'm aware of, I think it was Guatemalan who had a 14-year-old use his sister's birth certificate to gain access to the States, still illegally, but he was her sponsor because she was.
Explain yourself.
Okay, this is the Kazi financial scam movie. Go to Vice Forex on Instagram to see more. This is the Kazi financial scam movie. I hope you've enjoyed. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. This is a 2-hour Kazi financial content scam movie exclusive recorded by Adrian Dittman. I hope you've enjoyed it. This was part of the Chillism podcast, by the way, on Clown House.